Hello and welcome to Elecspo, and today we're talking about Cristiano Ronaldo again. The 36-year-old has had a wonderful return to Old Trafford, which is no surprise considering he's Cristiano bloody Ronaldo. He's been playing as a main striker for Manchester United, but what if their number 7 had a different position? Well, using the FM editor, Cristiano Ronaldo is no longer a goal machine striker or winger, instead he's a centre-back. Ronaldo will be tasked with organising the defence, heading the ball away, maybe even starting attacks from deep, playing alongside the likes of Harry Maguire, Raphael Varane, maybe even Phil Jones. But as a centre-back, will Ronaldo be just as good for Manchester United? Let's dive into this simulation and see how CR7 the centre-back gets on. Right, here we are at the start of the simulation. As you can see, Cristiano Ronaldo is a Manchester United player, and a Manchester United player who's a centre-back. In their projected lineup, there he is alongside Raphael Varane, taking Harry Maguire's place at the centre of defence. You can see there the number 7 centre-back. He can awkwardly play right back, he can awkwardly play left back. His morale slightly poor, which might be because he's no longer allowed to play up front and score a boatload of goals. But in terms of defensive stats, let's see how he measures up. As a centre-back, you need someone who's good in the air, so his heading is 20. That is great to see. He's going to do well in that respect. He's brave, he's got 17. He concentrates well, 17 again. He's composed, 17. And probably quite importantly, anticipation, reading the game, knowing what's going to happen, where the ball's going to fall. He's got 20, a perfect score there. Not too aggressive, only a 6, which might be a bit of an issue. Decisions is great, and his determination is great. He's a leader, and he's strong off the ball. Physically, he's nigh on perfection, isn't he? One of the issues could be tackling, he's only got 11. And the biggest issue is marking. He's only got a rating of a 6 when it comes to picking up an opposing player in and around the botch. How ironic that I've said botch when I've made a mistake. You can have that one for free, Botchamania. Not that you've got any interest in Football Manager or anything we're talking about here. What I was trying to say was, could be an issue in and around the box. I'm just going to leave that in because it was quite a funny little blooper. But Cristiano Ronaldo, the centre-back, seems raring to go in the Premier League for Manchester United. Will he be a regular though? You'd like to think he will be considering it's Cristiano Ronaldo. But at centre-back he's competing alongside the likes of Harry Maguire, Raphael Varane, that's already an elite duo. Then they've got Victor Lindelof, they've also got Eric Bailly, and they've got Phil Jones, who is on the transfer list. But that's fine, let's simulate a year into the future, let's see how Cristiano Ronaldo gets on at centre-back. Right, here we are a year into the future, and with Cristiano Ronaldo at the back, Man United have finished 3rd in the Premier League, 74 points on the board. But how has Ronaldo got on? More importantly, he ended the season at centre-back, and my oh my has he played a lot of football. 50 appearances, all of which were starts. Only David De Gea and Bruno Fernandes started more games for Manchester United this season. It looks like it's Harry Maguire who suffered the most, because he only started 15 times. Based on this, it looks like it's been Ronaldo and Raphael Varane, the main 2 centre-backs. In terms of average ratings, Cristiano Ronaldo has still been the best player at the club. He only managed 2 goals, which is fair enough considering he's been a centre-back, but he still managed to get 10 assists. Maybe those were from set pieces, who knows. But to still be the best player at the club is quite frankly absolutely ridiculous. As a centre-back, Ronaldo was still the best player in a Manchester United shirt. They made it to the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup and were beaten, and they were also beaten in the 3rd round in the FA Cup. But most impressively of all, they made it to the Champions League final, where sadly for the Red Devils, they were beaten 1-0 by Bayern Munich. Ronaldo got a 6.8 on the day. One of Man United's more disappointing performances. Wasn't the worst, but he certainly wasn't the best. And Ronaldo's first season as a centre-back ends without a trophy. But when we look at some of this, just a few random games, it looks like he's been brilliant. Every game I've clicked on so far, I think he's got a 7 there, 7.9 against Brighton. Didn't play that one against Norwich, but that's fine. He got sent off actually in a 1-0 derby win over Manchester City, 2 yellow cards. He returned though once the suspension was over, 7.9, 8.1. Another red card. Ronaldo's had a couple of red cards. Let's have a look in a bit more depth. He's picked up 7 yellows and he's got 2 red cards. So a little bit of ill discipline from CR7 there, which not what you want to see at all. But as a centre back, Cristiano Ronaldo has been absolutely sensational. Average rating 7.62 in the Premier League, which for a defender is fantastic. Only 2 Man of the Match awards, but that's alright. After season 1, Ronaldo is doing brilliantly, but it hasn't delivered any trophies. Let's go into year 2. Let's see if this time Man United can go one further. Maybe they can do better in the Premier League. Maybe they can lift the Champions League. With Ronaldo at the back, anything seems to be possible. That's a bit of a stretch, but let's simulate anyway. Right, here we are, year 2, and Man United have gone backwards. This time they've finished 4th with 73 points on the board. But Cristiano Ronaldo is now the club captain. He's replaced Harry Maguire. He took his place in the team. Now he's taking his place as captain. He got himself another red card this season, but that came in the Carabao Cup, which doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. In the Premier League, he was even better than last season. Average rating 7.79, 3 goals, 8 assists, 7 Player of the Match awards. From centre back, that is sensational. Let's compare him to his other teammates, and for the second season in a row, the centre back Ronaldo was the best player at the club. Average rating in all competitions 7.71. Even better than Bruno Fernandes, who scored 14 goals and got 21 assists. Ronaldo, 47 appearances, all of which were starts. A few more players started more than him, played a bit more. De Gea, Fernandes, Rashford and Pogba all played more than Cristiano Ronaldo, but him and Varane at the heart of the defence look like they have been absolutely sensational. And once again it's Harry Maguire who is sitting on the bench. Have they won any trophies? Let's have a little look. Carabao Cup, yes, they've won that. They beat Leeds 3-1 in the final, and it was a game where Cristiano Ronaldo didn't play because he was suspended. He was sent off. He got a straight red card in the second leg against Newcastle of the semis, 15 minutes in, and he was sent off, meaning he missed the Carabao Cup final against Leeds. It didn't matter though, because they won it. FA Cup, they were beaten by Manchester City on penalties. It was a game where Ronaldo didn't feature and thus didn't miss a penalty, which is good for him. Champions League, they were beaten by Paris Saint-Germain in the quarter-finals. Ronaldo didn't feature here either, which maybe suggests why they didn't go through. They lost 2-1 on aggregate, but they were unable to stop the forward line of Neymar, Mbappe and Messi, that's nothing to be ashamed about. Let's check Ronaldo out, see maybe he had an injury or something that ruled him out for a brief period of time. He got a hernia on the 16th of March, which ruled him out for 4 weeks. That explains it. That's why he missed the Champions League game, and might be why Man United didn't make it through to the semi-finals. I can't believe how good Ronaldo is as a centre-back. In terms of marking, he's not getting any better. He's a little better at tackling, which is good. Still not very aggressive, but doesn't look like it's really mattering. Doesn't need to be when you're that good. 7.79 as a defender is, quite frankly, ridiculous. I mean, Ronaldo to only score 3 goals is shocking. I mean, when was the last time he was that bad? It was his first season as a senior footballer at Sporting. He got 3 goals in his first season of first team football. Since then, he's always managed more goals. Now at centre back, his tally is massively diminished, but in terms of his performances, it hasn't mattered one bit. Even as a centre back, he's winning awards. He was named in the 2021 World Team of the Year. He was alongside Aymeric Laporte in a back four with Josh Kimmich and Jose Gaya. Cristiano Ronaldo in a World Team of the Year, not as a forward. That's been his only major win individually since becoming a centre back, and in terms of trophies, as we know, the only thing he's won is the Carabao Cup where he didn't feature. But he's got 1 more year left on his contract. Let's simulate another year in the future. Based on this, he's doing brilliantly, and perhaps he could play even longer at centre back. It's not quite as physically demanding, I would say, as being a striker or a winger. Maybe he'll go on even further than this 1 year left he's got on his contract. Let's simulate another year in the future. Let's see what happens. Right, here we are, the 3rd year of this simulation, and Ronaldo and Man United have came second. It's their best finish of this simulation. They came 3rd, they came 4th, now they're up to 2nd, but still isn't enough to win a Premier League title. Ronaldo's finally featuring at the top of the charts. It's not one he would want to feature in though, finishing joint top of the most yellow cards with 13. Ronaldo getting a bit cynical at the back, but he's going nowhere because he's signed another year to stay at Old Trafford. How's this year gone? Not as good as the year prior, but still absolutely brilliant. 33 Premier League starts, he scored 5 goals this time, 6 assists, an average rating of 7.65. He hasn't had any red cards this season, which is pretty impressive considering he got 13 yellows. How does he compare to his Man United teammates? Let's click on the right thing before we do that. There we go, players. And for the first time in this simulation, Cristiano Ronaldo isn't the best player at Old Trafford. For the first time, he's been eclipsed by his countryman, Bruno Fernandes, 17 goals, 21 assists, putting him 0.03 ahead of Cristiano Ronaldo. Yet again, he's been playing alongside Rafa Varane, but it looks like he's been playing with Harry Maguire a lot more in Season 3. Have they won any trophies? Let's have a little look. They were beaten in the Club World Championship final by Chelsea. League Cup, they were unable to defend their crown, beaten by Chelsea again. Ronaldo did well in the semis. Man United as a whole played quite well, but they were beaten 1-0 by a late Timo Werner goal. FA Cup, they were beaten in the 5th round by Liverpool. And in the Champions League, they were once again knocked out by Paris Saint-Germain, this time on penalties. Ronaldo did feature this time. The first leg was a 2-1 win for PSG. This is the first time ever that the Messi-Ronaldo rivalry really went to a head. Messi playing up front or from the left in attack, up against Ronaldo at centre-back, and it is Messi who came out on top. He scored after 6 minutes. Ronaldo got himself a booking, rating of 6.8. In the second leg, Ronaldo was much better, 7.8 rating, but Messi still got on the score sheet. It went to penalties. Ronaldo scored his, Messi scored his, but it was PSG who went through in the end. So another season where Man United haven't won a major trophy. For Ronaldo, his marking's getting better. He's up to a 7, which is nice. But it's still not quite the elite level you'd want for a centre-back. But it doesn't matter because he's playing absolutely fantastic. But he's got 1 year left on his contract, probably 1 more year left in his career. He's playing brilliantly as a centre-back. It's going great. The goals have dried up because of course they have. He's playing well. Can he cap off his career with one final major trophy? Perhaps a Champions League, perhaps a Premier League title. Let's simulate into this final year. Let's see what happens. Right, here we are, the 12th of June 2024, and in his final year, Cristiano Ronaldo has lifted the Premier League title. The Red Devils finished 3 points ahead of Liverpool, 87 points, to finally become Premier League champions for the first time since Sir Alex Ferguson left the club. What a way it is for Cristiano Ronaldo to go out. And not only that, they won the FA Cup as well. They beat Manchester City on penalties. Ronaldo got himself a goal in the shootout. And in his final season, Cristiano Ronaldo has lifted both the Premier League and the FA Cup. He didn't lift the Carabao Cup because they got beat straight away by Chelsea on penalties. But that doesn't matter. And in the Champions League, they were beaten in the quarterfinals for the 3rd year in a row by Paris Saint-Germain and Lionel Messi. Ronaldo was shocking in that second leg, 5.8 rating, whilst Lionel Messi got himself a goal. He was a little bit better in the first leg, but still, Lionel Messi scored. Let's look at how Ronaldo's got on in the Premier League in his final year. 30 starts, 1 goal, 4 assists, 4 Player of the Match awards. His worst average rating so far, 7.51, but for a centre-back, it is still damn good and a strong way to go out and end your career. He was the second best player at the club. He actually ended his career at left back. Ronaldo, an accomplished left back now, still a competent right back, but in his final game, that FA Cup final, he was actually playing at left back. Yet again, he was the second best player at the club, just behind Bruno Fernandes, 7.51 to Fernandes' 7.68. But to be that good, that old, in a completely alien position, Cristiano Ronaldo has been damn impressive in this simulation. This has gone better than I ever imagined. And it's ended perfectly for Ronaldo with a Premier League and FA Cup win. And he plans to retire in 5 days' time. He will go out and as an elite centre-back. He spent his career as one of the most prolific forwards in the history of the game. He's ended his career as a really, really damn good centre-back. A centre-back who hasn't hit double figures at all since returning to Manchester United. He's been more concerned about stopping goals than he has been scoring them, and it's delivered the Premier League title. So maybe, Zolly, get Ronaldo in at centre-back. It'll go much better in 4 years' time. We will leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. As always, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Elecspo. And until next time, we will see you around.